Yes, folks, it's Tales from the Jails with John G. Sutton. I'm going to talk today about how in the prisons we dealt with hostages and people who barricaded themselves into cells. They had a special piece of equipment that was used by the works department as a general rule, and it jammed between the brickwork of the actual cell, the doorway of the cell, and then it projected a hydraulic, it was like a hydraulic jack, but it fixed itself between the door jambs, between the bricks, yeah? So it would be one side there, yeah? And it jammed in there, you jacked it in, and then you jacked the door off with a hydraulic jack, and it burst the door in, yeah? That's it, if they'd barricaded themselves in. In strange ways, it would be about 1978, something like that. I had this tremendous kerfuffle on the force, and loads of staff running around. This guy had barricaded himself in to a cell, and he was kind of threatening the inmate that was in there with him, and he was making outrageous demands. I don't know exactly what he wanted. He didn't actually get them. So they sent for the works department. The works department turned up with this hydraulic jack, and they were about to jack the door off. There were about 4 or 5 staff out there, tooled up like the Mufti squad, you know, big clubs in their hands and all the rest of it. He starts jacking the door off. The guy behind the door shouts, "Don't worry," but he said, I'll remove all this." He said, "It's all right, I'll come out peacefully, you know." I think it was Piggy who was on duty, one of the Mufti boys at the time, and he shouts through the door. He said, "It's too fucking late for that, lad." And they jacked the door off, dragged him out, kicking, spitting, screaming, biting, and bouncing along the landing head first, all down the stairs, hit every stair with his head and bashed him, dragged him down onto D1, into the block, strip cell, ripped all his clothes off. In you go, lad. That's how they dealt with barricading cells at Strangeways. Pretty similar to the Scrubs. They had the same kind of setup. They had a hydraulic jack, and they did all that. There was a thing at Strangeways at one time, though, where people got the idea that they barricade themselves in to the cells, you know, like push the beds up against the walls, up against the wall and against the door, so that although you opened the door, you couldn't get in because it was blocked by the things. And then they set themselves on, well, set the cell on fire. I went to a couple of those at Strangeways. The thing is about that, what they didn't know, once they set the cell on fire, the mattresses were made out of foam, and they emitted a form of cyanide poisoning gas, and it killed. That's what killed them. There was one case at Strangeways where 3 inmates in the same cell barricaded themselves in. Well, 2 of them did, and one of them didn't want to do it. Oh no, you weren't going to take part in that. You see, the strange story that had gone round, which was a malicious, mad rumour, was that if you're involved in a cell fire and survive, then you get 6 months off your prison sentence. It was just one of these ridiculous nonsense stories that get passed around jails. It had no basis in fact whatsoever. Unfortunately for these inmates, they kind of believed this ridiculous myth, and they barricaded themselves into the cell. And the inmate that didn't want to take part, who was trying to get out, they tied him to a chair, and he was. That's how they found him, burnt to death inside the cell with one inmate tied to the chair. That was everybody heard about that. It was just one of those horrible things. But there was a number of cell fires, and the way that they were dealt with at at Strangeways anyway, I assume it was all over the prisons, was the Judas hole, yeah? They smashed through the glass in the Judas hole and stuck the hose pipe in, so that it actually saturated everything in the cell. but they didn't open the doors, you see, because the gas emitting from the burning mattresses was poisonous, and you get a lungful of that, you knacked. Seriously. I mean, I got a whiff of it one day when I went to a cell fire on, I think it was E3 landing. But luckily, I just got them out. They'd only just started it, and of course, as soon as they'd lit the fire in the cell, they started banging on the door to get out. And I happened to be the first one there, opened the door and snatched them out. And I tried my best not to breathe, but I did get a sniff of the damn stuff. They got out all right. They were all right. I assumed that they'd done some damage, though, because it's not initial that you get the damage. It's years down the road if you damage yourself like that. So strange things happen in jails. The idea is head down, say nothing, and don't believe the nonsense that they're whispering to you, because believe me, there's a lot of bloody idiots in there who believe the strangest things. Anyway, I've had a request here. They are. I'm ringing the song dinger because I've been a specific request. He wants me to destroy a song for him because he's been hooked on this song for a long time, and he wants me to put it out of its misery. So I hope you're all going to join in and help Bob the Bob. That's his name, Bob the Bob. He very kindly bought me a coffee yesterday, and if anybody feels like they are dramatically required to support this channel, then there's a link below here, yeah? It says buy me a coffee, support this channel. If you want to, do it. If you don't, well, I'll survive. But I'm now going to sing you a song. Will you survive? That's the question. Here we go. This is for Bob the Bob, who's been following on this channel for quite some time now and leaving me some very poignant kind of pointed remarks. So here we go, especially for Bob the Bob. I'm going to absolutely emasculate the Beatles' Please Please Me. And if you're still surviving when I finish this, I want to see you all on the sick parade tomorrow, because I've got a syringe full of something special that you might need. Are you sitting comfortably? Well, are you? Hey, sounds a bit like, what's his name, doesn't it? Clint Eastwood, Dirty Harry. Do you feel lucky, punk? Well, you won't feel lucky when you've heard this bastard. Last night I said these words to my girl. I know you'll never even try, girl. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Come on, come on, please, please me. Oh yeah, like I please you. You don't need me to show the way, love. Why do I always have to say love? Come on, come on, come on, come on. Come on, come on, please, please me. Oh yeah, like I please you. I don't want to sound complaining, but you know there's always rain in my heart. I do all the pleasing with you. It's so hard to reason with you. Oh yeah, why do you make me blue? Last night I said these words to my girl. I know you'll never even try, girl. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Come on, come on, please, please me. Oh yeah, like I please you. Oh yeah, like I please you. If you're still around, it's sick parade in the morning, and I'm going to give you 25 mils of chlorpromazine right in the jacksie. Especially for you, Larry, and your billy goat gruff. Tales from the jails, folks. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Bye now.